Hey everybody, welcome back to another live edition of Mafia Roundtable with Dominic Sicali. Hope everybody had a great weekend and did well on your sports betting, the football picks. There's some good games on. Miami game against the wonderful New York Giants. It's like, oh my God. But hope everybody had a great Sunday. Hope your day's going well. And today we're going to hit the topic on with the crime families, what's going on nowadays. Are they soft? Are they still powerful? Are they strong? Are they weak? What's going on from back in the day? First off, I have to make a correction as far as the states. There are 5 or 6 states. We're not in. Ohio is one of them. We're going to work on some other vendors to get it in Ohio. I think there's a list about 5, 6 states. It's on the EG website. If it's not, I'm going to have them post it up there, put it up there. But sorry about the inconvenience. We'll work on getting it. So go to egvodka.com. And yes, the shipping is for one bottle, it's $19.99. For more than one, it's $14 flat rate. So you could order 3, 4, 5 bottles. Great gifts for the holidays. And shipping is just $14.99, which is not bad. It's a premium vodka, 100% organic, gluten free. Enjoy your vodka, folks. Really, really good. So we'll get into today's topic with the mafia, all the crime families. But I know before the John Gotti era, organized crime was very secretive. It wasn't glamorized, that's for sure. It was a tight knit organization. You did have your cooperators, but there was not an abundance of them. And it was just a more secretive society. They operated under the radar. They did not expose, they did not glamorize the life. Media at the time, newspapers, news reports would be about gangland hits, people being suspected of it. But everything was underground. You really didn't know who was who. And that's what gave them the strength, the power. Even throughout the ages from the beginning, folks, Mafia originated in Sicily. And it was created because, as everybody knows, Italy was always invaded. And, a few times while they were invaded, that the generals and everything would rape people's family members, take advantage of them. So, they were farmers. They got together one evening and they started killing them, and people would wake up. The captures would wake up in the morning, find soldiers dead, sergeants dead, and they threatened. They put all the Italians up. They threatened them to let them know who did it. Nobody spoke, and that's how the mafia was created, with that fear, and it was to help the people. That's the origin of the mafia, to help its own from outside corrupt forces, and yet the mafia became a corrupt force within. Um, Started extorting people, started extorting their own from when they came over to America. You had to help, you had their support if something, but also they were sucking the blood out of people, out of hardworking people. And back in the day, it was just different lifestyle. You know, Nowadays everything's glamorized, and I think it started with John Gotti. You know, the hit on Paul Castellano, and then everything became publicized. He thought, he was an actor, a celebrity, and that was the beginning of the end. And then, lo and behold, Sammy Gravano cooperated, opened up the doors for everybody, and led the way, paved the way for people like myself. Made it that much easier. Because before, I was thinking about cooperating after, I felt it was time. I was looking at myself, wow, I'm considered somebody special in the life, a captain in the life. And it just was a tough decision, extremely tough to make. But, nowadays, you have cooperators all over the place. They're in New York, New Jersey, high profile people, and they're rubbing elbows with mafia people that are in the mafia that stayed true to the life. They're rubbing elbows with them. They're accepting. So when people chastise me, well, you shouldn't be in touch with an underboss. You shouldn't be in touch with other people that are in the life. I'm in touch with them through telecommunications. It's not like I'm meeting with them. We're going out for dinner. But you have a lot of guys banging around the city with cooperators, high profile cooperators. Why? Because they're giving them money. They're taking care of them. So the true gangsters who are doing life in prison, like the Vinny Bascianos of the world, he has to be sick to his stomach when he hears that. Sick to his stomach. And it's just, it is what it is. It's not a life of killing anymore. That's for sure. It seems like they outsource it. Look what the Lucchese's did with the Michael Melnish murder. They hired a black guy to go shoot him. But that's Matty Madonna. That's Matty Madonna's style. He did the same thing back, I think, in the early 80s, late 70s with Sal Larker Sr. They were partners selling heroin. Sal Larker Sr. now has passed away. And what happened was he sent somebody into the candy store to kill Sal. And who did he send? The black guy. And even when I'm speaking with Oscar Ansorian in Lewisburg, and he's the one that told me that's where he loved Matty, but he had no respect for him. None. And it's weird. Oscar would never show it, but Oscar told me, he says, Dom, this guy, if you have a problem with somebody, do it yourself. Do it yourself, handle it, or use people that are in the life, that are with you, around you. Don't outsource it to a different group. It's just not. It's not cool. So we got Fluff here. Come on, let me have her. Let's put her on. She's dying, folks. This might be her last day. Hey, and my Fluff, my baby. Yeah, she's on her way out. So she has cancer. She's not doing too well. See her mouth? It's all messed up. But I know, mommy. I'm keeping her on her pain meds, trying to keep her comfortable. But that's my heart. That is my heart. So, but back to the story. So, is the mafia as powerful as it once was? No. And I look at the Genovese crime family, who they are a powerful crime family. They have all their old timers in place, but they're way back in the cut. They're just letting things slide. They know, like, I guess even the old timers don't want to die in jail. So it's a different era, different time out there. Too much surveillance, and I know, but sometimes, when you're in the life, you still have to be careful. You still have to, that was the respect about the life back in the day, that fear factor, knowing somebody said something, somebody did something wrong, we're going to get them. That fear factor is not as strong as it once was. Now, you have a lot of people watching movies and they idolize Mafia. They love hearing stories about the Mafia, but that's all they are nowadays, folks. Stories. But don't get me wrong. There's still killers out there. There's still people that'll do work, but it's far few in between. So it's good for people, for society. And the Mafia has to turn legit now. You have to. They have to. Because there's really nothing in the streets, and everything is legal. You have prostitution, basically. They advertise. You see, they're advertising. Go out on a date, and with all these sites and everything, it's just it's a tough life to be into. That's why kids don't idolize the Mafia, don't idolize gang life, gang living. It's not what it once was. And even back then, it was a treacherous life, treacherous world. Nowadays, there's too many opportunities to do the right thing. So, in my opinion, back in the day, the Mafia was a solid, strong, powerful foundation where you could get things done. There was a lot more men in the life. They were more selective making guys, straightening guys out. Nowadays, they'll straighten out a cockroach running down the street. Hey, you're an Italian cockroach, straighten them out, just to have numbers. And that's what Vinny tried instilling in the other crime families. It's not about numbers, folks. It's about quality. And again, I'll go back to even the Genovese crime family. Look at Ralphie Balsamo. The guy is just, to me, not quality. He never ratted. So he stand up. A guy give him that. That's one better than I did. But when I look at his caliber, to me, he's just not what the life is about. There's another guy, Anthony Uvino, we call him Urkel, and Colombo guy. I think he's a captain now. And Vinny knocked him down when they put the list in with him. He says, no, this guy's father's a cop. And they wound up straightening him. They took him off. Tommy Schatz took him right off the list. But once we went away, maybe 6 months later, we heard he got straightened out. So, but the guy, still another case, looking at, I think, 10 years he got sentenced to, taking it on the chin, doing his time. So kudos. I got to give him his props for that. So, but it's just not what it once was. And I think it's really, it's just a dying breed out there. And you could see that. And what started it was definitely John Gotti, publicizing everything, thinking he was the spokesface of the mafia. He loved it. Big ego, larger than life. And, but the guy did stay strong. Gotta give him that. Did stay strong. Still gangster till the day he died. So kudos to him, and is what it is at the end of the day. So yes, I do think it's calmed down a lot. I don't think they have the power they once had. They wield just because that fear and intimidation factor is no longer there, where people really don't care, because a civilian now just goes right to law enforcement. So it makes it easier. And these mobsters know that. So let's back off. Let's find other ways, other means to make money. And that's what they have done. They actually went even more underground. So you still have your buffoons out there, the Michael Knows of the world, and still doing stupid moves, and it's just ridiculous. But I'm definitely glad I'm out of the life, because if I was in the life, I have that thug mentality where I wouldn't be backing down. So, and for me, it would be a revolving door, just going in and out of jail, and that's not it's not good. Like I said, this is the first time in my adult life. I'm home 10 years. I'm 56 years old. From 22 on, 10 years. This is as long as I have in the streets. So just shows you people can change, can do the right thing. And even till this day, people see my character. I'm not backing down if I see something wrong, if I see an underdog. And there's going to be some other topics that I'm going to bring up, talking about other people on the internet, because I have to correct things. People talk out of both sides of their mouth. When I mean both sides, their mouth and their asshole. They say one thing, but then they don't realize they did it. So I'm going to be calling some people out. SEK, thank you for the donation. It's greatly appreciated. But I'm going to be calling people out, because I try to keep it real. And I hate when people mince words, or they say, I made a wrong decision, bad decision, but it was my decision. And I'm man enough to make different decisions. It's not always about taking the easy path in life. But when I cooperated, trust me, that wasn't the easy path. It was the coward way out, but it wasn't an easy path for me, because my mindset was different my entire life. And it was very difficult. Just like today, I stick up for Gene. Gene never did anything wrong to me, always has my back. He asked Dom, do me a favor, take down the video. No problem. Took it right down. My friendship means too much. And that was it was a controversial video. I had a ton of views on it. Really a lot of views. He said, Dom, do me a favor, could you take it down? And for reasons that I'm not going to divulge, because it's not my business to let everybody know why, I took it right down. Within 5 minutes, it came down. Because my friendship means more. I'm not somebody who will say something and then do something different. I'll do it. I'm a man of my word. Sometimes things happen where you can't follow through, and so be it. But yeah, back about the mafia, it's just not what it was. Listen, I was at somebody's wedding down here in Florida, and let's say I was in Miami at a wedding. Do you know the other guy is a cooperator? There might have been about six of us, four of us there. Former FBI agent there. And do you realize guys who are still in the life came to the wedding? They were there. Just shows you, remember people. There's people that hate me, there's people that love me, even in the life. And they have my back. So the life is not what it once was. Far from it. And there's a lot of people out there in the life. They don't want part. They don't want it. They don't want it. I know at least half a dozen people that are shelved. They're happy. They're like, Dom, this is the best thing that could have happened to me, them shelving me. I don't have to worry about catching a case. I don't have to listen to anybody's orders. There's nothing in the streets anyway. Take it. Whatever you want, take. Like, that's the best thing. When you have mafia guys saying that, shows the life changed. It's changed. So for all the kids out there that have aspirations of getting into mafia, getting into gangs, stay away. Stay away. And the drug game, as lucrative as it could be, guys, you just in lawyer fees now, you get locked up. You're looking at a $250,000 retainer. That's just a retainer. So you're going to go for $1 million. So unless you have a 5 or 10-year run where you save 20, 30 million somewhere, it's still not worth it to lose 20 years of your life. That's usually, what you get hit with. If you're dealing weight, first time around, you're getting 20. You're definitely getting 20 on a plea. And most of the cases are pled out. So what? You're going to do 17 and a half years to come home. Your money might not be there, might be spent. I was away with Rayful Edmond III, who was the biggest cocaine dealer in D.C. Life sentence, guy, bags of money. He had bags. All his ones and fives, he would give away. He would give away to the community, to people. And I was with him in Lewisburg. I was with him after he cooperated. And he even said, Dom, this family members, they spent so much of my money, I don't even know what the hell I'm going home to. It just happens. It wasn't done out of malice. It just happens. The guy, I don't know if they released him yet, but when I left him, I think he still had 35 years in, 33 years in. It's a long time, folks. It's a long time. You come out an old man. It's different. Look at Ace Aiello. That was my boy. Another one went in as a kid. He's coming out in his late 50s, I think. He has another 6.5 years to do. It's a different world out there. Totally different. So deep down, he has to be shell-shocked, scared, nervous. It's a different world, And it's sad. It's sad at the end of the day. For what? For what? I don't even think the crime family is taking care of him. That's the sad part. That's the sad part. Went away for the crime family, and they leave you high and dry. Because everybody's out for themselves, folks. So kids, if you're watching, listen. I'm giving you great advice. Go on Mikey Scars' show. He'll tell you the same thing. Go on Michael Francis's show. He'll tell you the same thing. Go on Sammy's show. He'll tell you he's a gangster. But it's just not what it once was. So please don't take people who are coming on glamorizing it because they have charisma. They're telling jokes. They're telling stories about crimes they did time on. And It's not fun, kids. It's not fun, and it doesn't work like that anymore. Too many cameras, too many informants out there. So it's not the life. And I'll give you guys a quick story. I was in the Bronx, and this is back in 2000, maybe 2001. Crosby Avenue, everybody knows in Pelham Bay, there's a place, Crosby Avenue, which is like the main street in Pelham Bay, one of the main streets in Pelham Bay. You have pizzerias, you have banks, you have what else? You have all different shops along Crosby Avenue. Um, so there was a supermarket there. I don't know if it's still there. Small supermarket neighborhood. So you have delis. There was a deli there. As I'm driving, I there was a guy in the what was it? A guy in the car across from me. Oh no! I'm sorry. I'm driving and I stop. My father came out, so it's in the middle of the road. The cars on the side of me, you have two ways. The other cars, they're backed up to the light, so nobody can move. And I'm talking to my father through the window. All of a sudden, the guy behind me starts beeping, beep, 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 beep. I'm like, I put up my hand, like, relax. My father comes out of the window. 2 minutes, 2 minutes. And as he's talking, the guy's beeping. And now I hear him yelling. My father's looking. I jump out of the car. And I look at him. I said, pal, calm the fuck down and relax. 2 minutes. He starts with his mouth. He jumps out of the car. I said, buddy, get back in the car. He comes in closer. I hit him. As I hit him, he fell into his car. And you see just blood just coming out of his mouth. I mean, it's pouring out. So I know I had to break his jaw. It's gushing out. He's half grogged, like clueless. And I just step back. I'm not about to pounce on him. I step back. I hear somebody say, call the cops, call the cops. Back in my day, back in the 70s, late 70s, 80s, nobody would ever say that. Even the 90s, I don't know. I was locked up for all the 90s. But I'm like, call the cops. So right away, my father's like, Dom, go. So I left and, my father made sure, it was taken care of. But it just shows you streets have changed. The world has changed. And everybody has that cop mentality. So kids out there, you're not going to win. You're definitely not going to win. It's just, you'll be like I was, in a revolving door, just constantly in and out of jail, in and out of jail, in and out of jail. For what? For what? To look back and I lost my life. Even my wife now will tell me, Dom, you're not a kid anymore. I'm like, Maddie, realize I lost 20 years of my life. All my 20s, most of my 30s. I lost my youth. Being out there, going to clubs, having a good time, going on vacation with your high school, your colleges. I never did that. Kids out there, you're in the street. How could you give that up? You know how much fun that is? I have a daughter too. She's away with the college. They do things. They go in groups, Vegas. They go traveling. They have parties, frat parties. It's just about fun, enjoying it. But I don't regret it. If I could change it, I would definitely change my life, but made me who I am today. But I came up the hard way. Nothing was given to me. I busted my butt for everything. I did what I had to do to make money. Illegal and legal. Everything illegal was just, it's a joke. It's a joke. It actually cost me and my family more, much more, with legal bills, who robs from you. I mean, at the end of the day, you look back and you're like, damn, it should have did it different. But that's Monday morning quarterbacking. But then again, made me who I am today. So I hope you kids are listening. I hope even people who aren't kids, who are adults on this show, listen. Hope your nephew, if you see kids out there, cousins, brothers that are younger, talk to them. Tell them to come on, watch the show, listen. And you know what? They would have to say, okay, he's a rat, But damn, I respect him. He stands up for his rights, his points. He won't back down. Never back down. And if I'm wrong, I admit it. So that shows quality in somebody. And that's the way I was groomed. Vinny taught me a lot. And I owe a lot to him in that sense with my mindset. And it is what it is, folks. Definitely. But tomorrow we'll go into some maybe more mob stories that I have. We'll talk about Vinny Basciano and some of the things that went on with him when he was in the streets. Maybe even I'll bring up some stuff they told me, some of the stories with the Blue Thunder case. And that was the biggest heroin case back in the day. There was 20-something co-defendants, and I'll go into that. Tell everybody that. Hey, we have Maddie here, so we have somebody to read questions if she feels like it. No, she's shaking her head. Said yeah. I got a yeah and no.
The one with the EG vodka being a scam.
Oh, Maddie. Let that go. We'll talk about that later. So I could tell you folks right now, I'm not even going to say anything. So everybody will know in the next few days. So, and that's it. I'll leave it at that. But people go to egvodka.com, order your vodka, 100% organic, gluten-free. The company's been around for 13 years. Excellent vodka. It was actually created in Winter Park, Florida, by, I think, a restaurateur. So he came up with a concept. It's distilled in Portland, Oregon. Excellent vodka, 100% organic, certified organic, gluten-free. We have 3 flavors, and trust me, buy it. You'll love it. The people on here commented. You heard Mikey Scars yesterday. He likes the original because he's a vodka drinker like myself too. But the flavors are just as good as, especially rosemary lavender was made for women. With pink lemonade and great taste. The sage, the Earl Grey is also good with iced tea and espresso martini. And the men like that as well. So go to egvodka.com, order it today. We have hotels that have it. The Marriott, JW Marriott has it in Clearwater, Florida. The Sheraton Hotel in Orlando, that's by the airport, they have it. They just bought 3 cases. And actually, the manager there is Russian. And she says, she has that Russian accent. She says, I drink vodka, and this is the best I've ever had. Loves it. So, folks, you'll love the vodka. It's excellent. You will not be disappointed. And I put my name on that. Who I am, who I become. Excellent. So we'll answer some questions. And like I said, tomorrow we'll go into some more content. We'll talk about Vinny Basciano, the Blue Thunder case. I'll go into that. I'll go into more of the life of Vinny Basciano and tell you how our relationship was. We'll go into more details and some stories with him. And while I was on the streets, he only had chastised me one time, and I was with him every single day. And that was my fault because I embarrassed him by being. So I said what I wanted to say. And this one time, there was other people there, and I should have kept my mouth shut because you have to respect. He was the boss at that time. So we'll go into that story. But we'll answer questions. So, Maddie?
Someone said something about the cat, but DL says there's a cure for cat cancers. Every time I talk about it on YouTube, my comment gets deleted.
Okay. Yeah, let us know. DM me on the side, but she's at the point where it's just, I pulled a big thing out of her mouth today. Everything's deteriorating. The cancer is just too aggressive. And she's 21 years old. We actually considered maybe doing chemo on her, radiation. And I didn't want to put her through that at 21. She just had 4 surgeries. She's a trooper. But, and she had the best care. We were on top of her all the time. But right now, I'm just keeping her sedated, numb. So hopefully, and I don't want to see her suffer. Thank you, Czar, for the $35. I don't know, or Czar. Thank you for the contribution.
If the New York families are already weakened, do you consider families outside of the area to be defunct or otherwise minimally active?
I don't know. Every family is different. And outside the city, look at Canada. They're still rocking and rolling. You know, but you have different laws up there. But it depends. It depends. But outside the city, aside from Philly, they're under the radar. They're really under the radar. So there's no telling.
Did you get the contribution from Tony, Sweden in the house?
No, thank you, Tony, for your contribution.
He says, I got the live broadcast, King Dominic.
No, I'm glad. Oh, there we go. Okay, now we're scrolling.
All right, washed up war vet. My cousin just came home from doing 18 years. He's a Boston guy. He's Irish, but man, 18 years is a long time. He has a great relationship with his daughters, though. I'm happy he's home.
Yeah, that's wonderful. 18 years is a long time. The world has changed in 18 years. I'd advise him get a job, work, find a business, find a trade, do something, stay away from the streets, and enjoy your daughters. Definitely enjoy them.
Tommy says, hi, Dom. If you're not tough in the life, you're going to get blood sucked out of you're going to pay through your ass. I'm sure Balsamo holding his weight because cash, you already know.
Balsamo is holding his weight as far as not cooperating, and you know what? Like Joe Messino said, there's different guys make the soup. So need different types of guys. And by the way, I want to answer, yes, it is St. Patty's Day for me. I'm dressed in green. No, it's actually, I didn't even go to the gym, folks, today. I wanted to stay with the cat. I was with her all morning, just having her on my chest and just babying her a little bit, making her feel love, feel that affection. So, I don't want to feel that she's alone.
ZG says, Dom, you seem to have a little regret for telling on Vinny.
I don't have regret. I feel bad about it. It's just, I don't regret. I'm in a good place nowadays. I'm out of the mafia. I don't have to worry about going back to jail. But it's not regret. It's just, I feel bad. Trust me, it was the hardest decision I had to make in my life, especially against Vinny. Somebody else would have been so much easier. Like a Michael knows, I could care less, but it hurt. It really hurt, especially when I had to look at him at the trial. It bothered me. And there was a few times when I joked or I told a story with certain questions, and I saw the smile. Like there was, I light up. I care for the guy till this day, and I don't want to see. I hope he does come home, even though I'll say it again. It could be a death sentence for me, but I really hope to see him come home.
Luigi. Hi, Giacomo. Are you? Oh, sorry, that's for him. Giacomo says Gene never talked about you. He also mentioned that the last time.
Okay.
I don't know what he's.
Oh, we have Lee Cole said you better watch your mouth. Well, Lee Cole could say what he wants. He has his own opinion, and that's it. He does his show. I do my show, and I'll do whatever I want to do. So he texts me not to do something. I'm like, thank you, respect it. But I'll do what I feels fit, just like he does what he feels fit for his show. So I respect it. Everybody's entitled.
ZG says, if you weren't made and a captain punched you or your lady, what are you doing?
I'm leaving him in the street because he has no right to put his hands on me. I'm still a man at the end of the day. And my lady, all bets are off. So it just doesn't happen. I'll win that all day long in a sit down. They shouldn't put their hands on you. And any made guy raises their hands to another guy in the street who's a street guy and they don't defend themselves, put it this way. If I know the guy's made, I'm not supposed to be fighting back. I'm not supposed to fight back. That would be my answer. So he could put his hands on me and I'm going to be a punk now. And that's the difference. So he's going to take away my manhood and I have to accept it. He shouldn't be putting his hands on me. Unless I did something to his daughter, I did something, then all day long, even though I retaliate, I lose because I was the one. But if I didn't do anything, if it's over a parking spot, if it's over something foolish, I'll win it all day long. Now, on another note, if you don't know the guy straightened out truly, you win. There is no beef. I didn't know. Nobody told me. So, it could work in your benefit, but 9 times out of 10, if you don't do anything, and it's happened, people put their hands on somebody for something stupid, makes no sense. And there's most of the people don't put their hands back. They won't do it. I definitely would. I wouldn't tolerate it, especially if I didn't do anything.
So I don't know what was going on from the beginning, but Frank John says, do you think he asked you to take it down because he felt heat from Joey?
No, no. I know the reason. I could tell you that. No, not at all. Gene just still has that piss and vinegar in him. He just doesn't care. There was other reasons, though, and I'm not going to go into it, and I'm not going to elaborate anymore. Entertaining Lee Cole. No, I don't entertain anybody. Tough talking, rat loving. What is that? Flea mole. She's tough. Oh, flea mole. She's tough. I have no idea, but don't say I don't know. Even the nasty ones makes no sense. I hate Lee Cole. He's a buffoon. You know why I spoke to him on several occasions? At first, I didn't care for him. It's just a guy just putting content out. There's nothing wrong with that, folks. There really isn't. So as long as he's accurate, that's my primary thing in life. As long as you're accurate when you speak and when you say something, he's entitled to put it out. So, Dom, why did you ever let it known that you live in Florida? What's the big deal? Florida is a big state. Tampa, Orlando, Clearwater, you have Miami, Boca. So, Dean, thank you for your contribution. Hey, Dom, can you tell us about the day you got your button and who pricked your finger? Vinny Basciano was my sponsor. And the day was just sitting down at the table. You're just hearing the do's and don'ts of the Mafia. And these are guys where I was very close with Tony Green, Tony Urso. He was our acting boss. Joe Camarano Sr., our underboss. Vinny was there. So I was very close with them. I was rubbing elbows with them. They let me privy to a lot of things, as if I was a soldier already in the Mafia. And even Tony said, some of the guys that are here today already know us very well. We loved them from day one, and he was giving me a nice accolade. But I wasn't impressed by it. It's just I'm me. Without a button. I'm still the same person. Still conducting myself some same way. And people tell you on the street, even when I had arguments with civilians, street guys, and they would pass like little innuendos, sly comments that, well, I would never put my hands on you I would never put, you know what? And even Ace was there most of the times. I said, do you see his button? I went, here, look, threw it out. Come on, let's go. And if you do say that in the life, and especially there's another friend, and I said, Ace is here to verify what I just said. Other people are here to verify. Forget about it. I'm a civilian. Let's go. Let's step outside. No. We don't want a problem. No. Win, lose, or draw. Let's do it. Like, I just didn't back down. That was my thing. But don't pass an inference like you have a button. That's why I'm not going to do anything. Bitch, I have no button. Let's go. And that's the way I conducted myself, because all those titles mean nothing. It's the person inside.
So can I ask you?
Oh, here we go.
So did you have the option to turn down the button?
Yeah, I had the option, and I did turn it down the first time with Vinny. Actually, the very first time I didn't turn it down. It was said that I would have to wait because I had the drug conviction. I just came home from jail. The second time, I told him I don't want it. I don't need it. He's like, Bo, I need you. No. I got you and Bruno. What do I need it for? And if anything went to shit, I got the guy in the Genovese crime family. So I don't need it. Bo, I need you. God forbid something happens to me. I'm not here. I need somebody I could trust, my brother. And And that's how close I was with Vinny. So that was the toughest decision I ever had to make in my life, was cooperate and turn on him. But what made me look at it differently, Vinny was worried about his family while we were incarcerated. His family, his well-being, everything came first. So I'm like, you know what? That opened up my eyes a lot. And the separation the government put on us, that I wasn't around them every day, and then seeing him, finally my eyes opened up. So with Vinny, had tunnel vision. Nobody could say anything. He was like my, what's the word? Not only my mentor, but he was somebody I really looked up, that I idolized. The way he acted, the way he conducted himself, how fair he was with people, how generous he was with people in the street, charismatic. I mean, the guy, I just had blinders. And once we had that separation, I saw he was in self-preservation mode, him and his family, and I was down. I mean, it's crazy. Financially, we were like this, neck and neck on the street. Actually, he owed me money because he was constantly gambling, but I was okay with that. And then in jail, here, he's rising, and I dropped. I had everything taken from me from, I'm not even going to go into it on this one, but it was disgusting. So that's it. So I answered your question, and more than one.
No
Was
way.
Vinny your daddy? Yeah, Vinny was my daddy. That was my boy. 1000%.
Jose Gonzalez, Dom, all the best. Curious, have you ever run into Chris Paciello out there?
No, I never ran into Chris, but I'm sure eventually we're going to run into each other. And that's the way it is. I heard nothing but good things. Listen, he also cooperated. So is what it is at the end of the day. But I hear he's a good person. I hear even guys who know him in the street now tell me, listen, he has a temper and he doesn't take shit from anybody. And I respect that. I respect somebody like that.
The Bronx, he's like, Dom, I need my notifications to work. Can someone help him out on
Yeah, somebody help him. Listen,
guy.
people, hit subscribe. Because I know if you hit subscribe, you'll get a notification when something comes out. And then it says notify me. Hit that button and it'll notify you. But tomorrow I'm going to come out at 12 p.m. again. So now you know. So you can't say you missed it. So set your alarm, set your timer, 12 p.m. tomorrow. Hey, Dom, so happy I finally caught a live show. Thank you for answering my direct question and emails. You're the man of your word. Much love from the old neighborhood, Pelham Bay. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate that. And I try. Nobody's perfect, but I try to answer the questions, do my best. I'm only human, and when I do make mistakes, I admit it.
So Xavier James says, can't get mad at guys in the life for hanging around people who flipped when you said guys still cool with you and I'm just being real.
Yeah, no, listen. People, I really don't know what you were trying to say, but I'm not in the life. People respect me till this day in the streets because they knew what I was about. They knew all the time I did. They knew what happened to me. And I'm going to say this, Quiet Dom himself said, it's effing disgusting what they did to you. This was in the first year. It's effing disgusting. It's a disgrace. This life wasn't for that. They took advantage. And he's from Pelham Bay. He's from my neighborhood. And he said that it's disgusting. Disgusting, disgusting, disgusting. And it is what it is at the end of the day. So they know. You know what? And again, there's no excuse, but it's just loyalty works both ways, folks. I'm tired. I'm tired of being the scapegoat. I'm tired of being Dominic the donkey. And I just wasn't having it this time around. And that's it. Who else? Dom, hello. Great to chat. Get what's that? CHA, your life. Are you going to address Mob Talk Radio saying what you did on the show? I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know what Mob Talk Radio said. If they want to have me on, I'll go on. So I don't back down from anybody's questions. If it's something that's really a foul question that I'll just tell them I'm not answering. and that's it. But next, I don't tell people what all the interviews I've been on. You could ask everybody. I tell them, bring it on. Even legal, bring on the dirt, whatever dirt you have, bring it out. Let's go. Let's clean this closet out. See, don't let me start rapping.
All right, Dre Bar says, "Hey Dom, any mate guys you knew that were alcoholics and drank from morning to night, or that was a red flag? Did they get in trouble fast and do something stupid? Any stories?"
I know a lot of guys that drank a lot. Soon, once they started, they didn't stop. Fast and stupid stories. There's a Joey D'Amico one night. He's in a restaurant. He's drinking, and I think he was in Casablanca, Joe Messino's restaurant. Joe wasn't there, and I could be wrong, but I'm about maybe 90% sure I'm correct. He's in Joe's restaurant. Steak came out, wasn't the way he liked it. Took the steak knife, put it in the steak. I don't want this. Send it back. You don't do that. You don't do that, especially in the boss's restaurant. Eat the damn steak or just say your stomach hurts. Make up an excuse. But there's going to be more stuff coming out, so don't worry, folks.
What do you think the likelihood of Vinny getting out?
I think the likelihood is slim to none. The only reason why, even though Vinny should get a new trial, it's only on one case. He has 2 life sentences, separate cases. Even if he beats, I'm going to beat that chair. Even if he beats that life sentence, or if say they throw it out, he still has a life sentence. So he has to overturn that, and that's difficult. So, but I wish him the best, and one never knows. Look at Al Greco, who's never coming home. After 30-something years, he got a compassionate release. But then again, he had no bodies on his case. It was a BS gambling case. And he shouldn't have did, I think his plea agreement, they offered him a plea of 10 years, 12 years. So, and it's a sad story, but Al's a great guy. I love him, and I'm glad he's home. Much love and respect for you, Al. You deserve it. Enjoy your kids and your grandkids if you have them, grandkids.
Joffrey says, did it come out in court that George tried to kill you twice?
I don't know. Did it come out in court? It might have came out. I'm not sure if it came out in one of the trials that I was at. I'm not sure, but I know I told the government when I was cooperating. They asked about the murder. They asked what happened. I told them it wasn't self-defense. That's for sure. It was. You could look at it being self-defense, but their response would be, "Dom, you could have called the cops. You could have walked away. You didn't have to go kill him that night." And that's true. I didn't. It wasn't spontaneous self-defense, but he did try. He did try to kill me on 3 occasions, not 2, 3.
So Czar, thanks for the contribution. Was Giuseppe Gambino ever considered for membership? Also, was he on record with you or PJ Pisciotti?
Pisciotti. No, Joey was with me. He was on record with me. That was Anthony Aiello's cousin. And yes, he was going to get straightened out. He would have been straightened out, definitely. Capable, very capable, sharp on his feet. And I'll go into stories with Joey later on. We had a lot of times out. Definitely street guy, do what you have to do. Good earner, good soldier, really good qualities. I like Joey.
So Speedy Bullet.
True. So a horse. I feel like telling you a horse story.
Mike Marino, do you know Richard Cindy from the Bronx?
Richard, yeah, name sounds familiar. I think I did time with him too. Yes, if it's the guy I'm thinking about, I liked him. Very personable. And I'm pretty sure I was in Farrington, New Jersey with him. So yes, I do know Richard.
Did the Bonanno family ever do business with Jimmy from Jimmy's Bronx Cafe?
Jimmy Cafe, absolutely. Did business. I don't know about doing business, but we knew him very well. Jimmy's a shyster. Actually, guy OJ, who was a big drug dealer back in the day, did business with Jimmy, a lot of business. So no, we knew Jimmy very well. The cafe, whatever we wanted there, from the bouncers to all the girls. They turned it into basically a strip joint, but it wasn't a strip joint. He had all the girls servers were gorgeous, drop dead gorgeous, and we had a lot of fun there. And I had a lot of fun with Big Jimmy McManus too over there. We That was our place. They were all our place. We just, from there to Sue's Rendezvous in Mount Vernon to Pretty Woman in the Bronx. That's where Garcia, the cop, infiltrated Fat Pete's place. We got stories there. Penthouse Club, Scores, you name it. We had fun. We had a lot of fun in those places.
Joe says, any scenario, Kehoe comes out of the hotel room alive.
No, maybe unconscious. That would have been. I don't know. Really, because he ran for that door. That's it. Put the nail in his coffin. By him bolting, I don't know. I really don't. My intentions were killing him, but I don't know. I would definitely. Who am I kidding? I would have definitely shot him, but no. Unconscious, yes, but he would have been dead. No way, he's dying that night.
Southie 31, two captains and an underboss want to know if Gene is no longer being mentored by you. And he just goes like this.
Listen, I could help him. I could speak to him. I do talk to him if he needs advice. I can't control him. If he goes out at night, I can't control what he does, what happens. If he doesn't want to listen, he doesn't listen. But I'm trying. So what am I supposed to say? Go ahead, get away from me? No, he's not going to pull me down. That's for sure. And it's not like I bang around with him every night. We're going out clubbing, drinking. Those days for me are over with. He's still young. He still wants to do that. It does take time.
Time and effort. Uncle Thanos, your thoughts on Louis the Leg Breaker?
Louis the Leg Breaker. I have no idea who that is. Dom, Borello, and Jimmy Calandra should team up. Listen, I would go on. I'm okay. And there'll be probably people saying I'm crazy. Can't satisfy everybody in life, folks. And also, again, wouldn't that be entertaining? That's what we're here for, where people could laugh, they could joke, send the nasty comments. This is entertainment. We're going to have a lot of entertainment. We're going to go talking about mushrooms. We'll talk about ecstasy. Trust me, these shows are going to be fun. And I got stories after stories. We will have fun. Even that I just came home, that I've been home, I have 10 years of stories. You'll laugh your asses off. But it's about controversy, about going back and forth. You don't want a monologue show where it's boring. You want people like the Calandras, A-Lights, Gene, myself. That's the excitement of it. That's the excitement. It makes get out.
Is it sauce?
Get out. See what I have to deal with, folks? Bring Fluff back.
Christopher, how do you feel about Sal, the iron worker? He hold on. He was a beast in Canada. Is the move no Rico and tons of money plus beautiful broads? LOL. Local 7.
Okay, local 7. Yes, that was my local. Tile, Marble, and Terrazzo. Local 7. I'm going to tell some story. I'll tell a story tomorrow with Sal the Ironworker. So stay tuned. Everybody wants to know about Sal the Ironworker. When we met, what came out of his mouth, what Michael knows the washwoman did. Stay tuned for that one. And that's the time Vinny yelled at me. So stay tuned for that one. That's when he got upset. So we'll tell that tomorrow, 12 p.m. Sal the Ironworker. Remind me. Thank you.
Mustang Mike, do you know anyone who had an affair with another member's wife or girlfriend?
Only one was incarcerated. Yeah, Michael knows. He went with Joey Lobrano's wife when Joey Lobrano was locked up on a drug binge. So, yeah, that's the only one at the top of my head. And the nose knows.
So, James O'Connor, Dom, is it true your uncle left you a large inheritance?
Yes, my Uncle Luca. That'll be, let's see, what's today? Today's Monday, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday or Thursday story. And maybe we saved that for Friday. That was a good story. My UK brother Mick. If it wasn't for him, I never meet or find out from Astor Bank that I had $48 million waiting there for me. Mick, I love you. Thank you. Thank you for everything you've done for me in my life. Thank you, everything you're going to do for me in my life. You owe me. And thank you for everything, Mick. Mate. uh, and this is, let me tell you something about Mick. This guy eats 0 French fries. That's it. French fries. Give him French fries, Snicker bars. That's all he eats. He'll eat pickles very rarely. And he likes his eggs. That's it. He doesn't eat chicken. He doesn't eat any meats. 0 fish. Unbelievable. Loves his cheese and his pasta. Not even loves it. Cheese, pickles, unbelievable. But I love him. Miss him. I'll be out in the UK soon. Are you coming on the Bronx? Are you coming on every day? Yes. I'm going to come on every day. I'm going to, Maddie, leave me alone. My wife, I'm accurate. She's a ball breaker. She doesn't stop. Dom, you said this. Dom, you said that. Make sure you do it. Make sure you do it. Like a woodpecker. I call her the woodpecker. She don't stop. Drives me crazy. But I'm going to try to come on every day. If I can't, but yes, I'll be on every day.
South GA Capo, thank you. He keeps asking people to hit that like button.
Thank you, people. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe. Let's get the subscribe. I see I'm hitting close to 19,000. Did I hit it yet? Come on, help me out here.
So JP asked, did you ever hear about Ray Argentina or Lil Al DeArco?
Al DeArco. Mm-hmm. Yes, I heard. I was away with Ray Argentina, and I have Ray Argentina stories when we were incarcerated. We were actually in Allenwood, Pennsylvania. Louis Dodone's there. He used to shake his head and say, "Oh my God." And at that time, Ray, I'm pretty sure Ray was Louis's co-defendant. So yes, we'll go into Ray Argentina stories as well.
Okay, because you didn't let me finish. He said, were they a book mob boss?
I liked Louis. Louis was a very well polished, great guy, and no, I'm pretty sure he was dangerous. So I'm pretty sure, but to me, he had a good name. Great guy.
Vinny,
excuse me, no, because I have this. Dom, is it true Joe Messino and Vinny B used to teabag you? Yeah, all the time. So you happy? Yeah, great question. So good, man.
Out of all the guys in your crew that will be getting released from prison, who do you fear the most that will come looking for you?
None. If Vinny was coming home, Vinny. If I ran into them, I don't think any of them will look to fight with me. If they do, they do. I'm here. They know I'll throw down. Ace included. He knows that. So he might shake his head, walk away. If he wants to put up hands, we put up hands. But none of them. Because I don't see people carrying guns anymore. It's not like back in the day where you're always packing, you're strapped. A gun nowadays gives everybody a life sentence. Federal convicted felon with a firearm.
Tommy, hi Dom. Did you know Dimmy DeMaria?
No. Who?
Jimmy,
no. Not off the top of my head. So Vinny spoke on a wire unknowingly, but you had to rat on Ace as well. What did he do to you? People, when you go into cooperate, you have to give you have to tell them everything, because then they give you immunity on everything. And that's it. There's some stuff I didn't get charged with, but a lot of things they hit you with, you plead guilty to. So you have to tell on everything. And it was the murder. It was our murder that Ace was involved in. So I had no choice when I cooperated.
All right. So CJ keeps asking, could you testify on Vinny's behalf? Would that violate your agreement?
I would testify. I still care for him. I really don't want to be here, but it's my duty now. I have to. I already testified against him. So I can't say we didn't kill the guy. It's like I'm not looking to bury him, but he's buried already. So, I have to be consistent with what I said. Otherwise, I could go to jail, and I'm not going to jail for anybody, folks. It's just not happening.
When you were a capo, how much a year the Bonanno's bringing in?
Everybody brings in differently, different amounts. I was doing very well with construction. I was bringing in a lot of money. But, I didn't kick anything up. It went to Vinny. Him and I split it. We were partners, everything I was doing. And that was it. So if he had kicked money up, he'd be like, Dom, this is coming out of ours. Well, okay, go ahead. And he'd kick it up. But, everybody was different.
All right. So Tommy says, tell him that it was a New Rochelle cop, DeMaria.
A New Rochelle cop. What was the first name? Jimmy DeMaria?
Yeah.
Or DeMaria?
Oh, DeMaria.
DeMaria. Sorry.
DeMaria.
Maria. Maria. Maria.
No, it says.
Okay, I have over here. Tommy said Jimmy DeMaria.
Okay, well then Tommy over here says.
Maybe he made a mistake. See, I have to see what I go through. She doesn't listen. That's the first thing the soldiers don't understand. She has to listen to her boss. No, I don't think I did know him. 48 million. Can you hire around? 48 million. Can you hire around the clock security? LOL. Damn right. But why would I? Shit, my Uncle Luke, and I felt bad too. Uncle Luke, what the fuck are you laughing at? Don't do that. Do not laugh at my Uncle Luca's demise. He left me 48 million. He died in his Ferrari in Paris, France. So it's unbelievable, and I'm surprised. There's people in my family not coming trying to get some of the money from me. But I was the next to Ken. I was the first one. Thanks to Michael Anderson, Mick. Thank you again. Thank you again for locating that and made me who I am today. Bought me this beautiful home. Got my wife with me, who's very, very frugal. Like, she gets mad when I spend 10 cents. So, but that's why we have it, because of her.
Tommy said he was a drug dealer.
Who, Jimmy?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't. Then I don't know him. Sorry about that.
All right.
Dom, have you met Baldo Amato? Yes, I did. Baldo and I were in MDC Brooklyn together, and I was with him before he was fighting his case. I heard he's not doing well. He's lost. He has a life sentence, never going home. I think they offered him a plea of 20, and he didn't want to take the plea. There's another guy who would have been home already with his kids. I met his daughter, beautiful young lady. I felt bad. I liked Baldo a lot. Old school. He was close with George Sasha, Caesar. Very close. I liked Baldo. Liked him a lot. And I'll give some Baldo stories as well.
This guy, Paul Morgan, asked this again. I'm curious, if the streets were like they were in the 70s and 80s and there is money on the street, what would your advice to young up-and-coming street guy?
If it was like the 70s, I would say be careful. Be careful. And I would also let them know, save money, put money aside, and put it aside for those lawyers. But I wouldn't recommend it.
All right. You have a question. How many bodies do you got?
3.
Love your show, Dom. Aunt from Preston, Lancashire, UK.
Thank you. Do you have any John Gotti Sr. stories? Only stuff that I heard, so I'll go into them. I was with Arnold and Funzie. That's Alphonse Siska. And so, yeah, I could go into some stories, but nothing of substance. So, did you ever travel to Montreal or Toronto? The only time I was ever there was about 6 months ago recently, and we did filming up there. So that's the only time I was ever stepped in Canada. So, and the weather wasn't too good. So I really went from the hotel room to the studio to the airport, and that was it.
All right. So Common says quite a few times, do you have any John Gotti stories? Hey, Maddie, how you doing?
All right.
I'm doing well, thank you.
Did I know a Louis Di Napoli? I knew his brother Louis. I think I met him once or twice. I think it might have been his cousin Frank Cheech, and I'll tell you stories with that too. We had mm, we met quite a few times back in the day when I was younger.
So CJ says, thanks for the contribution. He said, you could testify that the order came from Joe, not Vinny, and you had a grudge about the money they took from you.
Yeah, I could say that, but that would be a lie. And remember, CJ, they already have my testimony. I didn't state that in the first trial. So what am I going to say? I'm lying? Or I lied then? Can't work. I'll be charged. I'll be charged with lying in court. I'll be back in jail doing 10 or 20 years. Can't do it. And I could get my agreement ripped up. So ask your lawyers. So I'm not, or ask people here that know who've been incarcerated. You can't do that. So,
Dom, if you could live anywhere in Manhattan, where would it be?
anywhere in Manhattan. Good question. I don't know. Maybe by Battery Park or Central Park. Those are nice areas. I think that's when I was out there. What supplements do you take or HGH do you do? No, I was actually going to go on HGH, and when the doctor from the Man Shot, so go to themanshot.com, he's excellent. Pulled my blood work, he didn't put me on HGH. He put me on a thing where it builds up your natural testosterone. Of course, my levels were down just to get me up like in my 30s. So that's what he put me on. But I wanted the HGH. He said, no, I didn't need it. My body levels were good with the HGH. So I didn't take, I didn't do that.
Was Joe Messina feared by his own guys?
Of course. Of course. You know, the boss, you have to watch what you say, especially Joe. Joe killed a lot of people, had a lot of people killed. You know, he was, I believe he killed people for no reason because when he heard like George from Canada, when he heard so many people liked him, loved him. Joe didn't like that. So
Any old man Spiro stories?
no, that's before my time. And I just heard he was a great guy, stand up, well liked, well loved, and that was it. Dom, do you have a quick story? Mix it up. Good job. That's what I think I'm doing. Or unless you're saying, Dom, thanks for mixing it up. Thoughts on Johnny Skyway? I don't know that guy. Are you coming out with a book? Actually, yes. I had I have to just send it for editing, final editing. It's already out. It's called The Perfect Crime Family. It's about 430 pages. So it'll come out. It's interesting. And back in the day when I first wrote it in jail, this book's been written maybe 18 years ago. I had my cousin say, so I told her it's fictional. She's like, it's not fictional. I'm like, it's fictional. She said, no. So stay tuned for that and tell me what you guys think. It'll be out soon. Alexander Wilson, thank you for the contribution. How much truth is it to the Bonanno Wake brawl that happened last year? It sounded completely ridiculous. 1000% true. That was Michael Nose with his bullshit. Even though he has number one, he has Joe Camarano Jr. shelved. His father-in-law passed away, Vito, who was a maid guy in the Bonanno crime family. How could you tell him not to go to a wake with family members? This is his wife's father. Can't do that. Bad call on Michael. And even more so, you assault a guy inside the funeral home with family, kids there, women, grandparents. Disgusting. Disgusting. If you wanted to make a point, you should have had guys show up at Joe's house prior. There's other ways that he should have handled it. It just shows Michael Mancuso is way over his head, doesn't know the life.
So David Cameron says, Jeff the Eagle Canarsie said that you weren't even a button man on Angel Gotti's last show comments.
Okay. That's cool. So I wasn't made. To me, it doesn't matter. I'm me. So, Dom, I used to go to Cafe Sueño on Havemeyer Avenue in the Bronx. Did you know Pat? Was he with your guys? Yes. Actually, Pat was around Vinny. I inherited Pat. I went to Cafe Sueño all the time. And I'll give you some of the bartenders' names off the top of my head. Oh, Iris. Actually, Iris. Iris was one of the bartenders. That was my girl in there. We had a lot of fun in that place. But yes, no, I actually went for a sit down for Pat over an issue with the Lucchese guy. So I'll tell that story later on. I love Pat, love the place. That was my joint. That was my joint.
Okay, so Abruzzi asked, how much Borello asked from you?
Who?
Borello.
How much did he ask for me? Nothing. Nothing at all. So why would he ask for anything?
I guess for money.
No, he's all right. He's all right. Did you know Vinny Bellamente? No, I did not. No, not off the top of my head. I don't think I ever met him.
Did you know Mustang Mike? Did you know Paulie Gulino?
Paulie. Not off the top of my head. Oh, wait. There's something here. You really have not done that cat any favors. With all due respect, the cat should have been put down a while ago. Yeah, but you know what? Talking with my wife, she has the desire. She has all her senses. We bring her outside. She was an outside cat until about 3 or 4 years ago. But she goes outside, looks around, sniffs. She hears my voice. She comes running wherever she is in the house. She'll come running, and she eats, goes to the bathroom. So we're on top of them. And you know what? We gave her the fighting shot with these surgeries, and she came out like a trooper. It got to the point on the third one when she saw the vet, she went at the vet like to bite him. The vet said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" I mean, so, but now, yeah, right now she's coming close to being put down. And my thing was, like I told my wife, every time I bring her into the vet, it's just not. I don't want to put her down. I don't want her to go out. I'm losing. Let me see. What are my settings?
Also,
Got it.
mixed joint. He said the vet told us to put our cat down 3 years ago. Today he's 19.
Nice.
Awesome.
So, it just happens. She still had a spunk in her, runs up and down the stairs, runs, like hops like a bunny rabbit. So, and then she'll come sliding sometime. So she's very, family member. So give everybody a fighting chance when I see she doesn't have it in her no more, like now. Yeah, it might be time, but I'd rather her pass away in the house. I don't want her going to the vet, being angry, nasty, and then putting her out. I don't want to remember her like that.
So G keeps asking, do you know Mikey Genovese?
Michael Generoso.
Genovese.
Michael. If it's the Michael I'm thinking of, yes, but he's not made. He was around. I don't know if he was around. No, he was around us. He was around the Bonannos, Generoso. He was around us. So I don't know if he went over there now. Alfaiello, Michael Generosa. That's who got me my first job at the Hunts Point Meat Market when I did all the tile work there when they were renovating the market.
Dom, do you like cats more than human beings?
I love animals more than human beings. Listen, it is what it is. I love my animals because they give you unconditional love, and they're there for you for support. And I just love all animals.
What happened to Vinny F from the George murder?
Oh, Vinny Foresta. I don't know. I don't know if he's still alive anymore. I'm going to wrap it up with another few questions. We're going into an hour and 15. Between Jeff Canarsi's good looks and your great stories, you two could be a good team. Listen, I don't know anything about Jeff's show, but I'm open for anybody's show to go on, debate, go back and forth, and that's what it's about. As long as the questions could be hard, they could be nasty, as long as try to keep it somewhat respectful, I'm okay. Even get disrespectful, I'm all right. I'm all good. Let me see. Animal lovers are psychopaths. LOL. Yes, they are for their animals. You're damn right. Oh, let me tell you a story. I have to tell them. My wife brought the cat to the vet, and there's only one vet that I love him. Great guy. He worked in Disney with the animals and everything. Knows his stuff. So they misdiagnosed Kayla about a year ago with her blood, and they're like, "Oh, her liver's okay. It's not bad with kidneys, one or the other." And then I went in. One of the other vets told me, "Oh no, it's really bad. The levels are bad." Man, I went in there. What I didn't tell them, they're like, "Oh my god, this guy's a lunatic. How dare you, my animals? This is my baby." Like, oh, you have no idea. But it was funny that my wife went there today. The doctor says he doesn't want to see you.
Yeah.
He's afraid.
Adding
But I'll give you
pieces.
medicine. Here, take the medicine. The other doctor will be in later in the week, but I don't think she's going to make it. So, but we'll see. If I see she's suffering, then I'll go and I'll have her put down. But as long as she's not suffering, she's not crying, I'm on top of her and I have the pain medication. So I'd rather her pass away laying on my chest, feeling loved, feeling the warmth of us. I don't want to go in there scratching and then put her down. It's just I don't want that feeling with her. So.
Well, this is your second cat because
Holiday, yes, Holiday. That was
she was
another
21
one.
also.
21, and when we knew it was time, she couldn't walk, so we'd help her. But she got up to poop and did everything. But at the end, she just couldn't get up, and we knew it was time. So.
Dom,
Anyway,
could you
wait.
end your show with a rap song? You're really good at it.
Okay, I'll give you a few bars, but let's see. Dom, do you know when it's time for fluff? I'm spending thousands on my dog. Rather spend it on her than my absolutely. Animals mean everything. So with the rap song. Back beast of the beast, rat exploding, system lock, ready and load, and set it off, about to pop, 16 bars, ready to drop. True gangster rapper with a gangster rap thesis, cutting it up to itty bitty pieces. Dictatorship, democracy. F y'all, it's a hypocrisy. Peace out today. See you tomorrow, 12 p.m. Mafia Roundtable. We will be talking about Sal the Ironworker. Vinny Basciano. Don't tell me to speak up. God,
I just told you.
Lord help me with this woman, please. Somebody give her. I'm gonna give her some of the cat tranquilizer.
Can't you guys hear him now?
Oh Lord, everybody, have a great day. Thank you for all the love and support. Peace out.